G'day, it's Friday the 14th of October and this week's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm collaborating with another YouTuber called Fewtrell, who's from Sydney, a landscape photographer, and creates videos here on YouTube. I'll link the details to his channel down below in the description. Before I go on any further, if you've just come over from Ben's channel and this is the first time to my channel, then welcome. Please check out some of my other videos while you're here, and subscribe if you enjoy this content so you're notified when I upload my next one. Now the collaboration is simple. It's a sort of a challenge, East Coast versus West Coast. We thought it would be interesting to choose a particular day, today, where we go out and we both shoot either the sunrise or the sunset. Given we're both from Australia, we thought we would add an extra challenge into the mix and try and capture a sunrise or sunset with an Aussie theme or element included in the image, which makes it tough. So I'm halfway through the day and I imagine you're wondering, where's the sunrise? I actually got up fairly early this morning to catch the sunrise, and this is how it went. Good morning, and this video, it's a collaboration. Is that rain? It is rain. That's a lot of rain. Hang on, we might have to do this later. Sorry about this, but I'm about to get absolutely drenched here, so I'm going to quickly pack away and get out of here. Yeah, not very successful. I ended up completely drenched, and all I could do was just go home and dry off. Unfortunately, the rain and the wind just haven't stopped all day. We've had a series of showers come through, and we've got more forecast for this evening. But I'm not going to give up. The challenge was for a sunrise or a sunset. So my gear is all dry, it's packed up in the car, and I'm going to head down to the coast to see what I can find. You can hopefully see me and you can hopefully pick me up. I'm crouched behind this rock at the moment because I'm just trying to shelter from the wind. It's pretty blowy out there. Welcome to North Beach. It's a beach that is fairly popular amongst the surfers. That was going to be my Australian theme in my landscape. The weather is so atrocious that all the surfers are far smarter than me, and they're at home, obviously, they're not out here. So I've come down to this place at North Beach where there's a couple of rocks just a little way into the water that make a really nice feature. And on most days, the surfers come down and they climb over the rocks and then launch themselves out into the surf. I thought to myself, yeah, that would make a really nice Australian landscape. But it's not to be. I don't even know whether I'm going to be able to get a landscape shot without an Australian theme in it, to be honest, because it's pretty windy. Let's go and take a look. Here I am with my camera. The lens cap is on there at the moment because it's just sheltering it from the amount of spray that I'm getting from the wind and the waves breaking over the rocks. Normally I'd have a polarizer on there, although potentially I wouldn't need it. It's just that we've got some rocks out there with a little bit of water on it. It would cut through that glare. I really need a filter on there to cut through the light in the sky. But again, the second that I put it on there, it's just getting drenched with spray. I'm having to wipe it off. So I'm not having a good one. And at the moment, I can't get an exposure. It's still too light. I still have to wait for the light to go down. Sunset is at 6:30, and it would only be about 10 to 6, maybe 6 o'clock. So I've got a little bit of time. Hopefully a surfer will be stupid enough to come down and launch themselves off this rock here, and I'll get an image. If not, I might have failed the challenge. Conditions aren't getting any better, and I'm running out of time, I think, because I can see some pretty black clouds over my shoulder here that are coming in pretty quick, and if I don't move, I'm not going to get a shot at all. So what I've done to try and bring down the light, I need to keep it protected from the spray, is I've got my mount here. If I just hold it carefully, you should be able to see that I've got the polarizer on the front. I don't know whether it's doing any good in terms of cutting through any glare. At least it's reducing some of the light. I've also doubled up my filters, and I know it's more glass, so there's three layers of glass there that the light has to get through. But at the moment, I'm just desperate to get a shot, so that's what I'm doing. The two filters that I've got on there is a 0.6 hard grad. That's really to cut out the light in the sky as opposed to the darker foreground. And then I've got a 0.9 soft grad. I've got the 0.9 grad pushed quite a way down on the mount because I'm using that as a mini stopper to generally cut out light across the image. The reason why I need to cut down the light is that I want an exposure of at least half a second. That's going to capture these the quick moving waves and the water that's coming up the beach just after they break. That's the plan. I'll let you know how it goes. Didn't get too far. In fact, I only got halfway to the camera. I didn't even get to the camera, and I got sprayed by the wave. So I'm having to come back where it's protected. Challenging conditions. All right, let's give that one more go. All right, I got my filters on the front of my lens. By the way, I'm using the 24 to 70. I've got my rag that's protecting them. The second I pull this off, I'm going to get sprayed by the water, by the mist, and the front of my filters are going to cop it. So I'll just go through my settings. I'm on F13. F13, I'm on half a second. I've managed to get half a second. Hopefully I'm going to be able to capture some of the action here with the waves hitting the rocks in the foreground with a dark, gloomy, dramatic sky in the background. It's not going to be pretty. There's not much Australian about it, but I've done the best I can. Here we go. Hang on to the video camera here. I've got a finger on the rag and my hand holding the cable. I'm now just waiting for the perfect wave. Hasn't come yet. Still hasn't come. This is looking promising. Still not. Still waiting. I'm going to go for this one. Here we go. That was pretty good. Quickly protecting the front of my lens again. Come on. I'm going to quickly whip around and check that there's not too much spray. It's looking messy. It's looking messy. I apologise for how chaotic this vlog is, but I need 3 hands at the moment. The sky's looking fairly dramatic, which is excellent. Here we go. The light is decreasing as obviously the sun is setting, but I've now taken out the 0.9 soft grad, so I've only got the 0.6 hard grad in there. So just before I pack everything up and call it a day, I've just changed positions. I've just come down the beach a little bit. I'm still actually shooting the same rocks, but just from a different angle, and I've got another rock in the foreground here that's creating a little bit of foreground interest. I've taken both of the filters off, but I've left the polarizer on. There's no glare to cut through, but what I am getting with the polarizer is far more detail in the sky. I'm going to change my f-stop to 11, I think. 10, 11, that's good. And now it's just a case of watching what the waves do and timing a decent shot. I want this water to come up, so I'm going to be capturing that, but I'm going to wait until around about now as the water is moving back past that rock in the foreground. In the midground, I've got waves crashing over these rocks just in the middle of my image along there. And I want to wait for a really big crash to happen. And then what I might do is grab those two shots and merge them together for an interesting image. Got a feeling the front of my lens is absolutely wet with spray, and even though I bring a lot of rags with me, I think most of them are pretty wet. I'll give this a couple more minutes before I call it a night. Well, the sun's gone down and I'm starting to run out of light. I have no idea whether I've got an image. I've captured a few shots from a couple of different locations. I'll have to wait and see them in Lightroom before I can work out whether any of them have turned out. Conditions have been atrocious, but hey, that's what you get. In terms of the challenge, I dare say I've failed. I might have captured an image, but I didn't capture a sunrise or a sunset for today. It just wasn't available. I even missed out on the Australian element. There was no surfer. There's no one stupid enough to be fishing along here. They're all at home enjoying tea. Having said that, there's no better place I'd rather be. The conditions have been challenging, and I must admit, if it wasn't for this challenge, I probably wouldn't be out here. There's an energy that you get when you're out here shooting in these conditions. Thanks to Ben for putting forward that challenge. It's been great collaborating with him. Make sure you go over to his channel and check out how he went with the challenge. If you enjoyed this video and it's the first time to my channel, then please subscribe and check out some of my other videos. To everybody who has subscribed, a massive thanks. I'm increasing in subscriber numbers, so I have you guys to thank for that. But until next time, thanks very much for watching.